Hello everybody and welcome to today's vlog. I don't know how long this will be, but I decided to come somewhere that you probably might find interesting. A ReStore. This is the one in my county, and I've always come to it ever since they first had it. It was in a different town and they moved it here. It's very hard to find it when it's open. They have hours on the door, but usually they're not open. I don't know what's up with that. It's volunteer run, or ran, so it's hard to probably find people maybe. But let's go inside and see what we can find. And here we are inside. Now I'm gonna voice over this section because, well, they had music playing in the background, so here we go. You can see some areas are quite disorganized, but you never know. So here we go into the lighting section. Now a lot of these bulbs you see here, the Ace bulbs and the ones that are hanging, all came from a hardware store in town that closed down, and the fluorescents there. Now this thing is interesting. It is actually for a garage door opener. I knew what it was when I saw it. You sync it up with a certain company of garage door opener, I'm sure. You probably can't use it with just any of them. And it would turn it on wherever you plugged it in, so then you'd have an extra light for your garage door opener or whatever. Usually I go through that bin of incandescents, but I didn't that day for some reason. Whole bunch of these CFLs. And just a nice scan here. We got a nice old GE reflector bulb and just a single soft white 60 watt. I thought that was interesting. There's like knobs for ovens. I don't know why that's there. Landscape lighting. Let's see what else my camera finds. Okay, here's some fluorescent tubes. Now, these are all T12s in here. They say $1 a piece. I remember when the ReStore first opened, not this location, at their original location, they had a whole bunch of fluorescents, and that's where I got a lot of my T12 F40 stuff, F40 T12, because they were incredibly cheap. They weren't $1 a piece. I think it was like 25 cents a piece, and they were in really good condition. They weren't used very much, so I got a whole case of them, which was a great deal because I actually needed them at the time. There's a nice circle line bulb down there. And it's just a mix of different ones in here. Like, here's a high-intensity T5. I didn't really get a price on that, but if, found a fixture, here's a whole bunch of them in this box. Now, these would be GE grow lamps, but again, that's not what's in there, unfortunately. I think these were Philips, if I remember correctly. We'll see when I pull it out. Yep, Philips. 40 watt preheat rapid start, and they look to be in pretty good shape, so it probably came out of a fixture that somebody put grow lamps in and they just kept the other bulb. Here's a Sylvania mood light, not a GE. I like those glow bulbs, but they're kind of big to store. Now this fixture right here, that green one, the fluorescent porch light and that white fixture, and there's probably another one laying over there somewhere, are ones that I actually donated. I don't really have a use for them anymore. They were fun to mess around with, but I get a lot of cool things here, so might as well give back and donate some things as well. So behind all that is the ceiling fans. And like I've said in other videos, I am very interested in ceiling fans, but only certain ones that I guess are sentimental to me or interesting enough for me to collect. I don't have a lot of them, but I'm still very interested in them. Now this one back here that I'm getting the tag for, I don't really know the brand, but I like those where the whole motor spins. You don't have the housing around it. I think they just call them spinners or something. Like this one right here. I think this is an Encon. I can't remember. There's two tags on it. I only show one tag. And I would have gotten it, but I'm not the biggest fan of light kits. I just don't like light kits. So here's the one sticker. There's another one to the left, but I forgot to show it for some reason. And it looks like a reverse switch is my guess. So yeah, I would have picked this up, but it had the light kit, and if I took the light kit off, it would probably have wires hanging out, and like I said, I'm not too interested in fans with light kits. I don't know why, I don't think it looks good. So there's that fluorescent that I just showed there, sitting up top, is another one that I donated. So it's neat sometimes to just see some of those things end up on the floor of the store. And right here, finally, is a metal halide fixture. I think they had a whole bunch of these, but they only put one out. 400 watt metal halide. Not bad. Interesting. I think it was too much money though. Okay, so we went to the ReStore there, and as you can see, it's a little disorganized. It always kind of has been. I'll probably voice over that area because it was kind of quiet in there and it'd be kind of weird having just a person talking to themselves, so I'll voice over that. But we have two other places we can go for thrift stores here. Here's one that we're about to see now, and then we can go to Goodwill. So, I don't know, let's see what we find. And hello to the terrible microphone. First off, I found this clip light. I really do love these older clip lights. Has a nice old Sylvania bulb in it, but as you can tell, it is burned out. It has a bit of rust on it, but for $3, that's not bad. I really like those older clip lights. They're really good quality, and they get the job done much better than some of the plastic ones they have now. Now, there's something in the back there. Maybe you saw it, but I didn't notice it until I was done with the camera. I'm glad I did see it, though, because I'm really glad I have it. So, here is a movie light, and what this would be used for, you'd have two very high-intensity bulbs that would probably last about 4 hours, and you would use it back in the day for filming a movie. And here's some information about it. I couldn't really read it because it was upside down to me, but I turned the camera the correct way for you. Got all kinds of stuff that you'd find here. Here's the lighting inside of the store. Industrial ceiling fans. I always like industrial ceiling fans. Lots of 8-footers. They're all T8. They weren't LED, so that's nice. Unless they are, and I just can't see it. They have 8-footers in the ReStore too. I just didn't show them. They were LED in the ReStore. Just like this, except with LED retrofit bulbs. Lots of stuff that you'd obviously find at a thrift store. Now, I'm going to kind of keep the camera down once in a while because there's customers walking around and I don't really want to get them on camera. But there's a whole line of the nice ceiling fans. And this is an interesting extension cord. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Moving right along, down here we should have a PL bulb I remember taking a shot of real quick, right there. I think it was daylight. That old light fixture there in the bottom shelf is pretty cool. Some old keyboards. I think that's a Sirius XM radio. There's another one behind it. All kinds of stereo equipment. You never know what you'll find behind things, too. Always look around. This is a hanging light kit. I was really tempted on getting it, but it actually needed a shade to be complete, and it wouldn't fit all together once I read the instructions. I couldn't just put the socket on the cord. It, for some reason, wouldn't work. So, not going to waste my time with that. And here's another one of those hanging lamps. That one's not falling apart. At Goodwill now, trying to get the camera started because it was not focusing on anything. Here we have a monitor. Sometimes I like to find computer equipment. Sometimes you can find some pretty good things here, but a lot of the stuff they have, like if you look right now, is things that you'd find at a dollar store, and I don't know why they have these, if a business went out of business or what. Those are the only bulbs I could find, actually, were those Westinghouse ones there. And they have a lot of appliances, not much for, the interesting electrical that we're looking for, but sometimes it's worth just looking. You never know what you'll find underneath all this stuff because it's so disorganized. The only thing that was interesting was a shop light, though. It's the one that has the ballasts in the ends, so it was neat, but not worth $5. These lamps are cool. So I really hope you enjoyed going to a couple different thrift stores today. Right there at the end at Goodwill, there's not much. They have some appliances and, well, they only had like those 2 packages of light bulbs there. And the rest of it was kind of useless stuff, but once in a while you can find something pretty good. It's hit or miss a lot. But before that, in the thrift store where I started off with the clip light, found some, well, 2 pretty good things. So let's go ahead and look at them. Here are the things that I picked up. So I did pick up the clip light. Inside, it had a Sylvania 100 watt incandescent that is burned out. I knew it was burned out the soon that I saw that. I think it's 130 volt instead of 120. So that's interesting. It obviously doesn't work, so I'll probably be throwing it away. No use in keeping it if it doesn't work. I believe it has a vertical filament inside. So it's been in the fixture for a long time. And the fixture itself, I don't really know the time period it would be from, but I really do like these older work light, clip light type fixtures. This is the first one I have actually bought because most of them I find are just at people's houses and not really a thing for sale. So I like the bell-shaped reflector. The old style ones, of course, today they have lines going across them. They're not as high quality as back in the day. Seems to have a very nice brown finish on it. There's a bit of rust on the clip and the rest of it, but that's okay. The clip still has a very good spring to it, and it clips. It's very strong. I didn't think it would be, but it is. It's very strong. The socket is a Leviton. I took it apart to see if it was original, and it is. It has this plastic piece here, obviously to keep the cord from rubbing against the metal and being cut. And the cord itself is also a Leviton, if it shows up there. So the cord is probably original to the socket and the fixture. So very cool there. And one thing I didn't notice until after I was done with the video is this arm. It was sitting behind some things on a shelf, and I probably will point it out when I voice over the previous clip. But it was sitting there, and I didn't notice it until towards the end. So I believe, again, this is a GE arm. That would go with one of their NEMA heads. And this thing is incredibly heavy. I have another one of these that I showed outside that I have a NEMA head on, but it's not as heavy as this one. This one is incredibly heavy. So it's definitely good quality. It has a great finish on it, so I don't think it was used very much at all. A little bit of oxidation or something there. But overall, a fantastic arm. So this fixture I ended up getting for $2.95, and this didn't have a sticker on it. So the cashier gave it to me for $2, which is a really good deal on one of these. This is a high quality arm. Super, thick and high quality construction. So I'm really glad I picked this up. This is going to be a fantastic addition to my little collection of arms. Actually a real one, unlike the ones you pick up from the store. So that's fantastic. I'm really happy that I found the arm and this cool clip light at the same time. So there's the fines, and I tested this. It does work just fine. So I don't know what kind of bulb I'll put in it yet. Maybe I'll put an incandescent in it. It's a nice old fixture, so might as well keep it original. Anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed this video today of going to the different thrift stores and the one ReStore there. That's what I frequent once in a while. I haven't been to those in quite a long time. So once again, I really do hope you enjoyed, and also please comment, rate, and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching.